too, just in case.
Let's see, I may kind of be facing over this way. Well, I can see myself.
Test your system.
I don't know. I didn't make up an outline today. What do you think we ought to do? Got any ideas?
Yeah, I think Maggie ought to make friends with people.
Okay, man. You'll get used to Michael sooner or later.
It's okay. Show her that phone thing.
What's that? Oh, the phone thing. That'll get a barking. Oh, those kids with the damn long hair and their loud music.
Anyway, I was practicing just things like, I've been practicing more off the internet than I have with your stuff, only because of fingering. But the other, whatever you want to do.
I thought, I remember thinking this week about maybe trying to get you to spend some time just in a very small, working with a small number of notes in a little small box, so that you can get used to that and start to develop a fluency with these few notes. I thought about it. You can play with this in this little box here, these 6 notes, and you could play all day long with these 6 notes. And I thought about maybe just asking you to drill yourself when you're doing your practice time right in this area. And try to, you can even play along with songs. It's easy to play along with a song, kind of because it's the rhythm and the whole thing is going there. If you can kind of ignore all the stuff that's going in the song when they're like singing and the guy's playing solos and stuff, and just play with a song, it gives you something to mess around with. Another thing you can try is finding backing tracks. You're familiar with that? A backing track is just like a tune that doesn't have any lead on it.
Can you find those on the internet?
Absolutely. I mean, all over the place. Did you ever check out that 12bar.de website that I told you about? It's a guy in Germany that has a website. I'll write it down for you. They have a bunch of backing tracks on there.
Well, it's on here. It's on there. You don't have
Oh, yeah. Okay. And it's 12bar, all one word, .de, which is the Deutschland thing, or whatever, Germany. It's a site mainly for beginners and novices and intermediates. They have a bunch of backing tracks on it. They're good to play along with, where you could just play endlessly, and you can play little lead licks over top of them. And so, this box here in A, you might want to spend some time just working with the notes in there. In order to develop fluency, where you can just think of a note and play it, it's like vocabulary. You have to start simple, and you become fluent in a few things, and then you learn more things and become fluent as you go. So if you can, you got that whole minor pentatonic thing to work with. There's the blue notes and these Allman Brother kind of notes and stuff like that. But boy, just right in this box here is where most of the action is going on, and where where if you practice that first, you become familiar with those notes, and that'll become part of your vocabulary faster.
When you're doing inside those 6 notes, will that also go with changing of chords?
Absolutely. Like when you're, for the most part, you're staying with the same scale throughout the 12 bars, even when you're going to you're playing and then go to the 4. You're still playing the same notes. You're playing the same scale. You may play them a different way, but you're still going to be playing notes that are in that minor pentatonic scale. So you're going to pretty much you'll be playing those same notes throughout the whole 12 bars, or you can play with these 6 notes. But you just, like I said, in order to develop fluency, you have to get so familiar with them that they're kind of second nature.
Right.
I mean, that's the way I learned it, is that it's kind of like, it got so to the point where it's almost like singing it. I could just think a tone, especially as I'm playing along, and I'll know where to play it. So again, that's where I say, you might want to once in a while drill yourself, for 10 or 15 minutes by just playing notes in there. There are guys like Albert King who forced himself to play 4 notes. He forced himself to play 4 notes, and he locked himself in the room until he played those 4 notes so much that he just couldn't hardly stand it. So you might want to just drill yourself sometimes by just doing a few notes, and try to see if you can play something that sounds good with just a few notes. I don't know why that works. I'm not knowledgeable enough to know why it works. But I think it's just because it's easier to become fluent. Just those few little notes if you practice them. So you might want to do that once in a while. Practicing is a matter of forcing yourself to concentrate on certain different things, and that may be one thing that you want to do, once in a while. And you'll really find that, I know you've been searching for all along. Well, how do you start to make a little melody out of these notes? That's kind of the whole bottom line, and that will help you to reach that point faster. So I would just, I'm playing some chords over top of it and mixing in a few leads. Right, and I was playing chords and stuff so that so you could tell where I am, and but it's all just, like I said, if you could have a backing track going with the chords and just stay right in that box, then you'll learn some stuff. I'm not thinking ahead, trying to figure out what I'm going to play. I just, kind of improvise it I would say within. I don't think of any note more than maybe a half a second ahead of time. Just I don't know how to explain it, but that's fluent enough so that I can kind of play right along. At least with those notes, I'm really fluent with